Hey guys, Tony here. I did want to make a really quick video on BBIG. I was getting a lot of comments on my live. I think I went a little bit. I think I went kind of in depth into doing a small TA on BBIG, especially with there's rumors of there possibly being a short squeeze and what can happen right now. I wanted to just do like a quick TA on BBIG, just what I kind of see what can happen, or as far as what it can rally to. I think you're gonna have like really big resistance at around 6. Actually, you know what? That's not right. It's actually gonna be here because we actually closed the week a little bit under $6. We have more resistance there. We have resistance, I'd say 423. I don't want to go too low because everything's basically moving to the upside, so I don't want to put too much support and resistance here. And again, I've always told you guys, it's really just about support and resistance. It's based off of the wicks. At least that's how I kind of lay everything out for myself. It's super easy. It's generally pretty accurate. And that's kind of what I stick to, right? I go on the weekly, and really it's just, if you're a part of my Patreon, I will be releasing soon in like a very, very, very in-depth video on how to do support and resistance like almost like perfectly, right? At least the way that I do it. So I will, if you are a Patreon member, first of all, thank you for subscribing, and that will more than likely be where I will release the full video. It won't go on YouTube, it won't go on TikTok. It's going to be exclusively on Patreon. We can add one more resistance at the actual previous high, which is back here at $9 and around 40 cents at that peak. So immediately right now, what I can see is on the monthly, it's been pretty bullish ever since January, the beginning of the year. You started trading at what, $1, and as of right now, I think you've squeezed once. I think the first squeeze was actually back in January, and I'm pretty sure this is in relation to what happened with GameStop and all the other tickers that were basically put into the category of short squeezes, right? So AMC, GameStop, BlackBerry, Nokia, etc., etc. So on the monthly, it's still very bullish compared to every other, I want to say, categorize them as meme stocks. It's super bullish compared to everything else I've seen. GameStop is still trailing on the second or third month of a bear cycle. AMC is also still in a bearish month. I think BlackBerry might still be in a bearish month. BIG, or this one, or BBIG, is really the only one that I have seen that's definitely still in a bullish month, or at least just finished creating one. And it's super odd that that BIG, or out of all the meme stocks, is still trailing on the monthly side, being bullish, which is very odd compared to all the other stocks that have had short squeezes to the upside, right? On average, on the weekly, it does seem to have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 weeks there. Let me see, when was the last peak here? So that was only 1 week. That didn't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say on average, it does look like BIG rallies for about 5 weeks or so, or at least stays in bullish momentum. From that first week creation, generally what happens is you actually see it run for a couple of dollars to the upside. I'm thinking right now, because you haven't seen anything similar happen, and you had such a huge candle from $2.30 all the way almost breaking that $6 resistance. It's going to be a very, very different squeeze from previous months. I don't think it's gonna squeeze how it has like in previous months. It doesn't look like it's trading the same way. And really, you can only go by 3 times that it's happened, right? Back in January, which was here, and that actually started its weekly bull run. It started back in November 30th, and it kept going until the 19th of January, and it ran up about 600%. That's pretty good. So on average, it's done, $2, $8, $3.80. And just in 1 week right now, it's already rallied from $2.39 to $5.95. This is already a pretty big heavy move on the upside, but keep in mind that on average, big tends to rally for 5 weeks. So you still have maybe another 4 weeks to the upside to go with this. I can easily say that you probably are looking at something similar to what happened before in January if this short squeeze is actually going to be considered a short squeeze. I think that for the most part, what I can see happening is, as long as this breaks $6, so at any given point you actually see a $6 break to the upside, I think it's gonna go to $9.41. I think you're gonna see a really good push to the upside, because it looks like that's what's going on. What I don't like right now, then I'll tell you guys right now, I don't like that it actually has a gap. I don't think it's gonna fill it right now. I think there's too much momentum to the upside, and this kind of goes back to letting you guys know, like, never stand in front of a derailed train, and it seems like it's about to run to the upside, and it's derailed, right? So never try to short something when it's barely starting its move. And even right now, I can definitely see BIG running, keep running to the upside. Because what happened here on August 26th at 10:30 in the morning, it tried to break bearish on the lower end, and nothing happened. And then it created a brand new bear candle, or a brand new reverse MACD push to the upside at 6:30 in the morning, the very next trading day. And what happened? You saw a huge push, a huge gap up from 335 all the way to around $6. I mean, if you want to enter this trade, I would wait a little bit on Monday, because it seems like the hour might actually trail either sideways or down. I can easily see BIG trailing sideways for a little bit longer. I would only get into BIG when I actually see another bull trigger on the reverse MACD. So I think for the most part, if you do not see something on Monday like this, if on Monday, if it doesn't completely break the $6 point, I think for the most part, it's going to trade sideways. And then once you actually get once you actually get a trigger on the reverse MACD, or maybe, let me check out the 30-minute. Let's see what the 30-minute looks like. You know what? I wouldn't even wait. I would be buying in. Where did this end off? Where did this candle end off? It went from 428 to 490. So yeah, kind of a big push on the 30-minute. If I were to get in, I probably would only get in as soon as the 30-minute creates a bullish push to the upside. I think that's when I would possibly get in, just because everything is looking bullish on BIG right now. I mean, for the hour, I can definitely see it trading sideways for maybe a day or two. It would really depend on what happens on Monday and Tuesday. But I think if it doesn't break on Monday to the upside and completely demolishes the $6 point, I think there's a solid chance that it trades sideways. I don't think it's gonna dump, and if it does dump, I think it's going all the way down to close the gap at 311 and possibly see a retest, and then maybe a jump back up to 423. Just from the news that I've been hearing on the short squeeze, I definitely think it's gonna keep running. Just on retail sentiment, it just seems like it's gonna be super bullish for the upcoming week. So as of right now, I can see that it's gonna be either trading sideways on Monday, and it's gonna kill off the bear signal for the reverse MACD, and then once the bull trigger hits, I think that's when it's gonna take off, especially with the stochastic already being on the overbought side. So yeah, I definitely think it can play out either. I think we would need to wait till Monday to see what happens. I wouldn't buy this in. I only really like looking into tickers when I know that I can have some sort of confirmation. And I think my confirmation would actually be on the 30-minute. I would maybe buy 2-week out calls on this, just to be on the safer side. I don't think I would do weeklies, just because obviously with theta decay, it can ruin all your gains really fast in like a couple of days if there's no movement. And I wouldn't be surprised if BIG just kind of trades sideways for a couple of days. And I also wouldn't be surprised if it just runs up to the upside, right? So I think it really depends on what happens Monday. I think if Monday you see it trade sideways for a while, and we have another input of a bear trigger, of a bullish trigger for the reverse MACD, I think that would be a solid entry for BIG. If you see a jump up and a break of $6, I would possibly wait for a retest. I don't know if I would get in immediately, but again, I'm more of a conservative trader. I don't know if I would get in if there is a break to like something like a $7 mark. I would probably wait for maybe a retest of like $6, low $6, and then I would buy calls, and hopefully it actually runs up back to like $9.40. So again, if on Monday or any given day of the week you actually see it break really hard to the upside, I would not buy here, right? I mean, again, this can definitely just keep running to the upside. I would need confirmation to actually get into big. I would wait for a retest of at least some sort of like the $6 area, possibly buy somewhere here, and then ride that for like 2 weeks out to like a $9.40 mark. That's probably my take on big. Again, it's a short squeeze play. At least that's what the rumor is. So expect any kind of crazy move on big. I'm not saying what I'm pointing out is going to happen, because short squeezes, especially with momentum stocks like this, they're super unpredictable. This thing could run to a $30 tomorrow and nobody would have any idea that that's going to happen, right? Very unpredictable. I personally would only trade this on a retest of $6. I would not trade this on a break of $6, right? I would not trade this up here. I would only trade this if we actually come back and retest at $6. It's more of a confirmation, and it's more, it gives me a little bit more confidence that it's going to run to the upside after that retest, or it probably just trades sideways. And then if it just trades sideways, all I would be waiting for is a trigger on the bull side to actually ride it up. But again, I don't know if this is going to short squeeze. It's just been a rumor for a little bit. I know a lot of my subscribers have been talking about big and that it has a lot of short squeeze potential. I don't really look at short interest. I don't focus on shorted stocks apart from GameStop. But if this is something that you guys would like to see, or if this is something that you guys are thinking about playing, by all means, it's your own money and stuff. Do your own research. As far as what TA shows, if I were to make this play, or if I were to actually do it, I would probably only buy in if there's a break in $6, a retest of $6 after like a couple, maybe, I don't know when it's going to retest, but I would only buy if it retests. And then my second entry point, or my second entry phase, would be if I see it trading sideways and it actually starts getting really bullish on the 30-minute or the hour, more than likely the hour chart, and then I would be able to buy calls maybe like 2 weeks out and then ride it to the upside. But I hope this is helpful. Everything is definitely still looking bullish for big. Like I said, this can either dump back to $3 or it can rally to $10. I would have no idea, especially with the short squeeze like this, right? But I'm just kind of letting you guys know of what I think can happen and what I would do in a situation if I were to play this. So be careful when it comes to shorted stocks. Be careful when it comes to short squeezes and rumors and stuff. Again, nobody really knows what can happen, especially with these specific shorted stocks. So good luck to everybody. If you're going to play this, just be careful. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.